you're ready. Click here to start streaming. There we go. We're going live. All right, there we go. Now we're live. Hey guys, how is everybody? Oh, it's all right, Howard. AJ's supposed to be here manning the camera, but he went out on us. Oops, I gotta do that. Why is that?
AJ's probably still sleeping.
Yeah, AJ had a rough trip. Looks good. Hey, thanks, AJ. AJ says we look good.
Good.
Oh, I think he meant the focus, but I'm sure he meant us in general. Yeah.
We always look good, AJ.
Howard says, AJ, I blew it. Phil told me you sold the sheet to Vlad. Ooh.
AJ won a raffle and won an uncut sheet of Power Surge.
What?
Which was really, really nice.
Oh, what was on there?
All the big specials.
Camera looks awesome. Thanks,
Ghost
Howard.
Rider's Penance Stare, the 8 multi.
Oh, AJ, you never even thought of me.
The Air printed Scarlet Witch 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Wow.
really nice sheet. So
Wow.
yeah, it was really cool to see him win it. I should have saved my $40.
Is that how many raffle tickets you
Yeah.
bought?
35, I think. 50 entries. So that was fun, Larry. Thank you.
Good. I hope everybody had a good time at Valhalla. I was a little disappointed. Only 15 players showed up.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a low number, but
Yeah, unfortunately, the big sports card convention that I went to was a total waste of time. Hey, Vlad, I got to talk to you. I got to send you a message, Vlad. I might do it right here. And there's Larry. I had to be here for this great big sports convention that was a total dud. Sports cards, man, I could have been there. Corey could have gone to Tennessee like he wanted, and I could have been playing Overpower,
yeah,
and nobody would have even known
you could
that
have
we
been
weren't
10
here. Yeah, I could have had Jessica and Ron handle everything. It was terrible.
Yeah. If we had a crystal ball, we'd know.
Yeah. I left. I didn't tell you this part. I left at 3 o'clock on Saturday at the card show. I packed everything up
Oh, wow.
and I left.
Ooh.
It was that bad. Then I didn't go back on Sunday because it was awful.
Should have called us. Could have had another tournament on Sunday. Had to come out.
That would have been fun. I heard the venue was fantastic.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
It was set up more like a restaurant style. They had like a bar with, coolers, similar to our store as far as that goes, but
Yeah.
a little bigger.
Vlad said they had better chairs, but not as cool a store.
Well, they did in the actual main store, but we
Oh.
were off in like a distant room.
All right.
It was just private, and it was just the wooden chairs you get at school or whatever. Plastic
Yeah.
ones.
I had a really hard time logging into the stream. I couldn't get an internet connection where I was at the card show. So it wasn't like the setup's fault or anything.
Right.
So when I left there, I tried to get it in the car so I could watch it on the way home, or listen to it. I'm driving, I'm not watching Overpower while I drive. But I wanted to listen to it. And by the time I got home, the game that I was watching, or that was on the stream, was Vlad's game, I believe.
And
In the
Marcel.
semifinal? Or not
Mm.
this,
He was on camera one time, I think, with
Yeah.
Marcel maybe, or
no. It was Tyler.
was it Tyler?
Tyler, I think. The game was over before I got home and was able to get logged in. But once I got home, I was able to watch your championship game
Okay.
against Tyler. And I watched
streamed
a
okay?
little bit of Tyler
And
and
Derek.
Derek. I did get to watch that one too. That one was fun. I'm sure they would have preferred to have met each other in the championship game.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure Howard was very proud of them. They did a great job. I thought Derek was going to pull it out.
I did too. Just based on watching the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. When he threw that spawn 4 against the reserve hero, I was like, oh, That's it. That's all he needed. That's what he needed. Tyler can't defend it, but Tyler was able to defend it and without losing one of his lockouts.
Yeah, Derek needs to get a site that has a negate in it because he had the Beyonder, and he could have got rid of one of those lockouts for sure.
Okay. Yep. Yep, that would have been nice. So I know Howard is, or not Howard, I'm sorry, Larry, he likes moving his events around. He's talking about maybe running an event in Las Vegas or someplace else like that.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get the West Coast players involved, but I
Well-
don't even know that there are any players out there.
Oh, there are some. There's some out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. It would be fun to go out west.
Yeah.
We'll be the East Coast. They can be the least coast. And, that would be fun. I don't want to go to Vegas though, Larry. Find somewhere else. Let's go to California. How about San Diego? Let's do San Diego in the middle of winter.
It's nice.
Want to go to San Diego in
Yeah.
January?
I mean,
or
it's
something like
nice.
that?
The problem is his events in the late summer.
Well,
But I think San Diego is beautiful no matter what time of year it is.
yeah,
It's
why
like
can't
perfect
Larry
75
host?
degrees.
Why can't he host 2 events?
Yeah, he could be early too.
All right.
Yeah.
But Valhalla was a little disappointing with the 15 players. I wish I could have been there. Corey and Josiah.
Yeah, it's the local players that they were missing is the disappointing part. I know there was at least 5 or 6 players that should have been there that, just couldn't make the weekend work because there wasn't really any type of consultation. So
Yeah.
it just makes it tough when you're missing 6 locals.
Yeah, especially when there's only 6 locals.
Or so, yeah. Yeah, there's not many.
BMG guys are really talking about they want to put the dates out there for next year.
Yeah, which I like because it
Yeah.
does really give you a lot more heads
Yeah.
up to
I'm
make.
going to do a poll based on customer pockets and airports. It will be out soon. All right, Larry, I'm interested. I don't know how much traveling I'll do next year, but there's some things I want to do. And if you have one in California, I might go. Although there's a lot of things I don't like about California, but I'll put up with it for a weekend. We have a date for the Champ of Champs, and of course, once again, I forgot it. I got it wrote down at home.
I think you told me.
Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm slightly remembering. It's February.
24th?
No, the week before that, I think.
17th?
17th. Is that a Saturday?
Yeah.
I think it's February 16th and 17th.
Ooh.
I'll make a post tomorrow with the exact date. What is the Champ of Champs going to entail? It's going to be all 5 winners? No. Was there 5 different winners? There's only 4?
I spoiled it.
You just had to double up, didn't you?
But we still have a 5th event, so there could be a new winner in Boston.
Oh, wait a minute. You've won 2 events?
Yeah, I've won 2 out of the 4.
2 out of the 4. So we got 3 guys, and we'll have maybe a 4th one out of Boston. Then we're also going to fill a spot. Anyone in the top 10 is going to get an invite. And then we'll do a Friday last-minute qualifier.
Yeah, that would be fun for the people that are on the bubble.
Right. And if you're already in, you will not be able to play in that event. But
So far it's myself, Keffer, and Marcel that would get the invite, and we will have an announcement at some point.
oh yeah, the top 10 players. So you 3 are all in the top 10.
Right.
So it'll be 7 of the top 10 players will get an automatic invite. It will be a free event. It will be sponsored. We're going to sponsor it through Heroes and Games.
Yeah.
I imagine BMG
Power
will throw in
Ventures.
something. Yeah, right. The YouTube channel of Power Ventures is going to throw in some cash or something too. Make it worth you guys coming out. So that'll give us 10. We might take 2 entries from Friday.
Yeah, what's that square on my face?
Why? What? There's a square on your face?
Yeah,
What the heck? Why is that?
I don't know. Vlad said, why is there a square on Phil's
It's
face?
following you all over the place.
I can't get rid of it.
Huh, well. I don't even know what that is. What the heck? do this. No. Oh, I think it's the autofocus.
Mm.
It's focused on you. The camera's focusing on you.
Always wondered why my dad called me blockhead, but now we know, Vlad.
Yeah, you are blockhead. Larry said he will also be a sponsor for the Champ of Champs. Thank you, Larry. Let me try something. Tell me if this-
I don't mind the squares. Well, I'd rather have the focus.
Did it go away?
Focus is even better, but no, it didn't go away. No, it
How's the focus?
did. Yeah, even
Okay.
even better than it was.
Even better than it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're big boys now. We're learning how to use technology.
Looks much brighter.
Oh, I don't like that. You think that's better?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't?
Uh,
No?
I don't. No, I think we lost a little bit in the translation. Hey, I'm out to dinner with the fam. We'll watch this later. Congrats, Phil.
Who's that?
Ricky.
Oh.
There's a Justin. I can't remember these names. It's Ekemmisvo. Misavo. Huh.
Yeah, I think that's Ricky.
No, the Champ of Champs. So the Champ of Champs is going to be approximately 7 weeks, I think, before we start the next round of events.
I think Josh is
I think he's the last.
late April.
I think it's the
29th
last
maybe?
weekend of April.
Okay.
OP Fanatic, I'll try to help if I can. Hey, thank you very much, OP Fanatic. I know that name too, but I don't know who it is. I can't remember.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out who all of our
Yeah,
subscribers are.
yeah. Hey, we picked up a couple more this week, so it's getting harder and harder to know everybody.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with how many views we're getting on our deck breakdown.
Yeah, you guys have showed us what you want, and we're going to take care of it too. I went to record another video this weekend, and I couldn't get it just the way I wanted it. I got to buy one more tripod, something that'll clamp to a tabletop and put
And
the
look
camera
over.
directly over the cards. But I'm working on that. Oh, it's Mike.
Oh,
Hey, Mike. So we need to do the shorter videos. They need to be very specific. And Vlad wants us to do one about playing events, although after the weekend he had, maybe he wants to do it himself. Vlad ended up, what, 5-4?
5-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
Platt
And he started out 3-0.
started out 3-0, then he had to play you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Mike's talking. I'll try to help. He's in California, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he'll find us a location. Let's go East Coast. We'll all go out west. Go west, young man. So Vlad, I'm very proud of you, man. That
Yeah,
is
he had a great
awesome.
tournament.
Yep.
And
He
he
sure did.
he played we played twice, and both games were very, very competitive. So I was impressed with how he played this weekend. Slow down just a little bit on your venturing phase, but besides that, he played well.
He's planning on coming up here to Columbus, but not for a little bit.
Wait till
Sometime
Sam can,
end of October.
wait till Sam can get down with him, and we'll get the Cincinnati guys up same time.
Do we have to?
So, yeah,
We can invite Chris and Miles.
yeah, we got to get him in there.
All right. So he wants a video on learning to venture and events, how to choose the correct events.
Both would be good for him.
Yeah. Do you want to do another deck breakdown of the deck that you just played? I think you should.
Yeah, I can do
I
that.
should. I mean, you went 10-0. Oh, did we forget to tell anybody? Phil won that event over the weekend at Valhalla, going 10-0. He beat up on everybody. I really enjoyed watching the finals. Hey, Vlad, you're welcome, pal. I miss you. Wish I could have been there with you guys. Tyler, man, he bet 3 in that first hand. I mean, it didn't cost him anything. So,
Really?
but
Tie?
he didn't win the venture. Tyler didn't.
Right.
You tied it.
Yeah.
You had 3 power cards that you didn't even play.
Right. Yeah,
You had
Maybe
two
four.
placed and one in the hand.
maybe 4.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was 3, but it might have been 4, but I think it was 3. So you couldn't attack with energy. Oh, you did have 4. You had 2 multi-powers and the 8 placed.
Yeah, and then a
And then when he
7
bet
energy in
3, you drew a 7 energy.
Yeah.
In that event, no cards with an energy icon may be used to attack this battle.
But he did bet 4 the next hand and ended up pulling it out.
He bet 1, increased to 4 the next hand,
Yeah.
but you didn't even stick around.
No.
You're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
But at that point, you had card advantage on him.
Right.
And it was only a matter of time. The bet 3 didn't hurt him. It certainly didn't. I mean, it didn't hurt, didn't help.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure
it
when
was
you
a
bet
good
3,
bet.
you want to ensure that you win those 3,
And he did
but he ended up.
with the second hand. So he's up 4-0 on you.
Yeah. Just
And
got to be
it's
careful when you do that when you're playing against any heroes because Fortress can come out at any time.
Yeah.
And, you
And
know,
it's like, oh
you
my
bet all
gosh.
those missions for nothing.
I'm
yeah.
thinking, I hope Tyler don't bet 3 for the win the next hand. But you had the card advantage, so it was pretty solid chance that he wasn't going to bet 3 against you.
Right.
I think you went 2.
Yeah, I did.
Then you went 3 the next hand.
I went 2 and 2 or either 2 and 3. Yeah.
I think you let him draw a card.
Yeah. He had some dupes at one point.
Yeah.
He was already down place cards, so.
And Vlad's blowing up the chat. I'll get to you in just a minute, Vlad. But watching Derek and Tyler play was fun. That game was close.
Yeah, really close.
It was, guys, when Overpower, the card game, gets those up on their YouTube channel, go watch them. There's a lot of fun stuff on the stream. I think you'll enjoy it. There's great commentary by everybody. Joe and was Phil there?
No, I
Keith.
didn't hear Phil, but there was Sean,
Sean was there.
and Josh.
Oh, that's right.
I know
Yeah,
those
Josh.
Yeah.
So it was fun listening to everybody. Man, it's exciting. So when they get it up, I will hopefully Overpower Adventures will also stream at the Boston Massacre. I didn't realize that the Overpower Card Games YouTube channel cannot stream for some reason. There's some kind of, they haven't met some kind of conditions or something yet. So we're going to offer the offer the YouTube channel for that. Phil and I will both be out there, hopefully with Corey and Josiah and Vlad and AJ and Sam. And I don't know about any of the guys in Cincinnati.
I think Chris is at least talking that he wants to do it.
All right, we'll take Chris. So Ohio's coming. We're going to come big. So Vlad says, yeah, you went 10-0 with a deck he built the night before because he forgot his deck. Yeah, he left all of his cards, most of his cards at home. He was just so anxious to get there. Now that's insane. Also, why Phil is the champ. He forgot his deck. Can you believe that? And then just built an anti-hero deck, which I was surprised that you went 10-0 with an anti-hero deck because you're kind of out of practice with anti-heroes. It's been a
I
while.
haven't played him in a while.
Yeah. We always build those battle sites because I still think battle sites are better in the long run.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
In the short game, it's probably not as powerful.
Yeah, but I mean, you went 10-0 with it. You played against a few.
Honestly,
anti-heroes.
yeah, the no activator event saved me in 2 of the 3 single limb games against Vlad in semifinals and against Dave in the first round of single limb. That really is what catapulted me to win both of those matches.
Yeah, it's a nasty event against a battle site deck.
Yeah.
Miles tore me up with it, bet 5 because that's all he could bet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Same thing with Tyler. I don't know if it was the first time we played, but I think it was the first time we played in Swiss. He got the obfuscate out. Maybe he got it out both. I think he got it out both games. Yeah, he did.
oh wow,
So the first game he put it on Donald Pierce. The second game he put it on Dracula, which is what allowed him to attack with the Sentinel's activator he had in his hand in the very opening hand. And I just got lucky and had the Doctor Strange avoid and push the Venture to the next hand.
Did
Well,
you?
in hindsight, I probably should have just let him hit me with it, save my Doctor Strange avoid. Because he ended up getting 4 missions instead of the 3.
Did I lost it. Oh, did you have a negate where you could have negated off escape?
No, I did not.
If you had had a negate, would you have negated off escape?
Yeah, because there was not a whole lot else that he was down to just a few cards at that point when he played the post. So yeah, I would have negated
I
it.
don't
And I
like-
knew he duped on the Sentinels, so I knew he had the Sentinels activator as one of
Oh,
the remaining
okay.
cards. And so I had some information that, yeah, I would have just negated the obfuscate. And then all he would have been able to do is play Master Mold.
I think the 2 cards that, if I'm probably going to negate every time, is Vertigo and Obfuscate, if I have the ability to.
Yeah.
I don't want my opponent telling me where my attacks are going to go,
Right.
and I certainly don't want somebody who's going to ignore events coming.
Yeah, that's very powerful.
It
Because that's remainder of game where Vertigo's one hand. I mean, super powerful, but
Yeah, well, if you're playing against Onslaught Citadel and Vertigo,
yeah, both kind of. Yeah.
oh, put them all over here,
your
and
poison.
I'll KO him before you can, and you lose all that venture. So I'm not going to let my opponent do either one of those if I can possibly stop it.
Yeah, I had Scarlet Witch's discard a card, but not the negate in the opening hand.
Okay.
And so I made him discard a Teamwork because I didn't know if he had a power card to fuel it. He had a double shot, and I was just willing to take a chance that
Yeah.
it wasn't, the right power card.
Watching it on the stream, a lot of times I could see some of the cards in both players' hands.
Right.
But like Scarlet Witch, I couldn't tell the discard from the negate when it was in your hand.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's got one or the other.
Yeah. Just something I did that was a little different is I actually knew I didn't have a battle sight, so I actually bumped Scarlet Witch's negates up to 4.
You ran 4.
So I ran 4 of them, and I didn't dupe on them a ton
Okay.
throughout the day. So it definitely was the right play.
All right. That's interesting.
And it's also nice now that any hero negate can be placed to a hero and be played as a true negate. And
Yeah.
you're not limited like you were with the Bastion.
Right.
So
Well, when we see your deck breakdown, that'll be interesting to see what all you played in that deck. Larry said there were 9 battle sight decks out of the 15, so it's 9-6. Wow, that's
yeah,
so 1 out of
Decent
every
mix.
3 was any hero.
yeah.
How about the top 8, Larry? Do you happen to know the top 8? How many were battle sights? How many were any heroes? I mean, obviously, at least one any hero.
I think just myself.
Yeah.
I know Justin and Marcel were both running any heroes and didn't make it in. And I feel like John Lewis was running any heroes, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think he normally does. So that's interesting. You were the only one in the top 8. 1 out of 3. There should have been 2
Yeah, so-
or 3.
So I know Derek was not, Tyler was not, Vlad was not,
AJ wasn't.
AJ was not,
Um,
John Keffer was not. And so, yeah, I think maybe I was the only one. There could have been a second, but
okay.
so definitely 6 battle sites in the finals.
6 out of 7, or 6 out of 8 at
So the
least.
any heroes didn't fare very well, I guess,
Right.
besides my deck. But
Wow. A lot of Cadillacs? Or just you and Marcel?
there were like variations of Cadillacs, yeah. I mean, Marcel and myself truly played the Lambo or the Cadillac, whatever you want to call it. But there was Derek played a version of it. He played Invisible Woman instead of Starjammers, but had the Scarlet Witch, the Spawn, and the Doctor Strange.
I liked that Derek was using that Hydra to make Invisible Woman an 8.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, because
That just makes her such a powerhouse.
yeah, I think at that point she's better than Spawn because she can play the intellect, teamwork, which is offsuit,
Yep.
and then she's +2 to every venture. So, and he was protecting her with a straight out avoid too, which it kind of hindered him when I played him because he duped on 2 or 3 of the. I think he duped on his 9 or less and a 6 or less, and maybe even his negate the first hand.
Ooh.
And then he placed the Invisible Woman avoid, so it was almost like a 4th discard because I just wasn't going to attack her.
Yeah.
And so I bet 3 right off the rip on him. And yeah, he had to straight concede, I think. But
Well, yeah, I really need to practice against the helicarrier a little.
Yeah, it's got a lot of big attacks in it.
Yeah, I got surprised by it twice at the OP Cup, and guys were doing things that I didn't like.
Yeah, it can be unique. I mean, it's the only set I think that gives you 2 true avoids in it.
AJ said it was a good tournament. AJ had another strong showing, made the top 8, and then lost in the first round to single LM.
Yeah, I know he was 4-1 at one point.
4-1.
And I think I played him. He went 4-2, and then he played flat and ended up 4-3. So yeah, he was rolling pretty good until last couple of games of Swiss.
AJ, did dupes kill you? And Tyler's game.
It did against me for sure. He drew the no specials first hand and had to discard 3 activators.
He drew it in the first hand.
Yeah.
He didn't bet 7?
No, he had to discard 3 activators.
Oh, he discarded 3 activators.
Yeah, I wasn't playing. I mean, I get to keep specials, so even if my anti-heroes aren't playable, he doesn't know if there are any heroes in my hand or not.
Right.
And so he had to pitch 3, and then he had a duplicate as well. I think he duped on a level 6 power card or something. So essentially he had 4 discards the first hand when he drew the no specials.
How many did
And
he bet?
I think we both bet 2, and I had 2 playable teamwork, so it wasn't really that close. I think I placed one of the anti-heroes just because I knew I couldn't play it.
Sure.
I wanted it for the next hand, but I didn't have a ton of specials.
Well, you had 2 teamworks and 2 power cards, so
Right.
there's.
Yeah, I may have had.
Yeah.
I think I had maybe either the Spawn or the Strange Avoid that I placed as well. But he ended up
Interesting.
placing, I think, Invisible Woman's 9 or less, plus the 3 pitches for the.
AJ and Tyler's game
Activators.
was crazy, Vlad said. I didn't get to watch that one. Was that on the stream?
Which one?
AJ and Tyler's game?
No, it wasn't on stream. They played the first round of single limb.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe they did something similar. They tied the first hand or something as well, or something to that effect. But
Okay. Larry said that any hero decks were John Lewis, Justin, Marcel, Phil, Larry, and Greg.
okay, so Greg made it in the top 8. So I guess there was 2 to 6.
Okay,
Sites versus any
that's
heroes.
just 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Larry, you had to play against AJ's 4 freedoms. I bet that was fun, huh? 4 freedoms against 4 freedoms. I'm assuming Larry played 4 freedoms.
He did.
Okay. Man.
I didn't see that match.
Yeah, I really hate that I wasn't there. We got to figure out how we can go to all the. I mean, you went to all of them this year, right? You've been to all 4 of them so
Yeah.
far. There's no way you're going to miss Boston.
Yeah, I got the player of the year on the line, so
Yeah.
I probably got to
Well,
hit another triple
yeah.
at least.
yeah. Well, I hope there's a big turnout for Boston. I think there will be. Oh, no. Larry said he lost to AJ in 2 quick hands. Whoa. AJ's second game was crazy. Tied 2 hands in a row with the same points and cards.
Yeah, I think Tyler had 3 points out there. AJ had 1 point out, but he was +2 with his Invisible Woman, and so they tied 3-3. I think both hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so then I think AJ bet 3 for the loss. The next hand after all the pushing,
Yeah.
and I think he may have just lost by a few points or something. Is what it sounded like.
Oh, yes. He did
So-
tell me he lost it by 3 venture, I think. Maybe 2 venture
Yeah,
points.
so it sounded like it was really close.
Wow.
And I don't know what he had. I didn't really hear a breakdown of the cards that were in play, but
All right. Wow, that's awesome. So, when we go to Boston, anyone listening who may not know, the Boston Massacre is November 11th. I do not know where the venue is yet, but we're going to be out there on the 10th. I want to go early, maybe even if we have to Thursday night. And anyone who would like to do a deck profile for our YouTube channel, we will record you. We'll try to keep it to be a 5 to 10 minute video. You just sit there in front of the camera and tell us about your deck. Whether it's one that you're going to play in the Boston Massacre or your favorite deck that you're not going to play. So we'll get as many of you guys recorded as we can. I know Josh Alexander already put up what he's thinking about playing. He's thinking about bringing back the Wolverine deck.
Yeah, Fairchild Wolverine.
Yeah. So I definitely want to get him to do a deck breakdown while we're out there. If he actually plays that deck. If he plays something else, I might not let him do it.
Yeah.
At this point, he's really thinking about it, so we'll get him to break that one down on video and share that with you guys. I think that'll be a fun way for you guys to be involved with the channel even more. We'll just highlight your decks, what you like about the deck. You tell us any tricks that you try to pull out of the deck if you want. If you don't want to give away that part, just show us what's there and we'll try and figure out what you're trying to do with it. So if you're going to be in Boston, it's going to be great. I think they might hit 30.
Yeah, I think we can.
I think so. Everybody's going to be there. Everybody that is somebody is going to be there. I don't see Marcel in the chat. Speaking of everybody who is somebody, where you at, Marcel?
So I don't know if you saw, but I've won Valhalla 3 years straight.
Right.
And so I won the battle axe.
Yep.
And I placed it up against Marcel's neck at the end of the picture, obviously with the sheath on it.
I did not see that
And
part.
told him I was, taking the head of the goat off.
There you go. We have a new goat now, guys.
And I saw Josh made some comment that followed up to that pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So
We're going to take Marcel's face off of Mount Rushmore of Overpower now.
yeah, just the 2 fills up there now.
Yeah. Larry says, in the Max 7 game, we pushed twice. Third hand, my opponent ventured for the win, and I fortressed. And all of his 7 missions went back. That's hilarious. That would be fun. I've never played Fortress because I don't play any heroes, but when someone bets for the win and you make them go all the way back to the start.
Yeah, you haven't played any heroes since the IQ days, huh?
I haven't played any heroes since Battle Sites came out.
IQ, yeah. Yeah, I remember you did like Power Leech when it first came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, especially when I was the only one that had it.
It was so hard to get.
Yeah, playing against people who didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
They learned real quick.
Yeah, and the way I used to read was just so powerful.
Yeah, but you can't do anything about it.
No.
The way the original card is, it was a game changer, that's for sure.
Yeah, there was no sight, so I mean, you were just limited to your one negate that your hero had.
If you
Yeah,
played a
and-
negate
and-
hero back
yeah.
then,
Yeah, most people did.
we were playing.
Yeah, well, I was
Tornado
playing
Voids.
big strength decks. Yeah.
And going with the big energy decks, I was playing Silver Surfer, Professor X, and Iceman.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember who was in reserve, but when IQ came out, Spider-Woman. But before that, I got no clue. I don't even remember. So it looks like BMG is about ready to make some announcement. Did you see that?
I've been waiting for an announcement.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't
It's
see
been-
anything officially. no.
It's been a long time coming. Maybe I dreamed it. I think something's going to happen soon.
Dave did say that he thought there was going to be something very quickly in the works, but that's all he said.
Well,
And then we got in a big debate about if your opponent bets more than 2 missions and you draw a card and you're in the power pack, do you have the option to flip-flop which power card you keep? They say you do not.
what? You'd have to discard whatever that third card, the
The one you
drawn
draw.
card is?
Is what they say.
How do they get that?
I don't know. They're saying it because it says discard duplicates, and it's a duplicate. You don't have the option to keep it.
It doesn't say discard if duplicate. It just says discard duplicate. I think you get to choose.
Yeah. Well, we had a big debate. 80% of us play the way that I've always played it, which you can select which one
choose.
you want.
Yeah.
Tyler agreed. Marcel did not. Dave McMillan definitely did not. Joe brought it up. We were just playing a scab game there at the very end of the tournament.
Huh.
And those 3 thought no. It was definitely in the phase of the game that you couldn't choose which one you kept. So that's an interesting debate. I don't know the right answer or not, but I've always played that you could pick.
Yeah.
So
That's. Hey, Larry, you have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Great tournament. Thanks for putting that on.
Thanks for
hosting
the
that
axe,
for
Larry.
us. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay.
the three tournaments, I went 9-0, 8-2, and 10-0. So 27-2 in the three Valhalla tournaments.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Well, I'm sure people will be gunning for you next year.
yeah.
What was I get? Oh, yeah. I could have swore they made a post, and then I think they took it down about announcing something soon.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Interesting.
somebody maybe got a little trigger happy. I wish Joe was in the chat right now. I could ask him. I know I saw something, and it wasn't in a dream. um, they're going to make an announcement real soon. I don't know. Maybe they take it down because they're tired of telling us real soon, and then something goes wrong and doesn't happen as fast as they would like.
Yeah.
But I think something.
Maybe they just were announcing their venue.
I think they're going to announce something before Boston. Howard says 80% agree, then it should be ruled that's what the 80% think.
Yeah, I don't think there's no real written rule on it that I could ever remember. But
Yeah. I don't know. Rules Nazis always come up with these little things that, to me, you get to choose which one you want to keep. But okay.
yeah, I mean, you're still pitching one. I don't know that.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know why it matters which one you keep. But,
Well, I mean, it could matter.
I mean, it could help. Yeah.
It could help you,
Yeah.
and it could save your opponent from having to defend a Spectrum
Right.
KO.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you keep them because you want the different color variety.
Yeah. We've always done it that way. Phil, what's he eat? About $1.203, huh? AJ? I don't understand.
He's referencing a Rocky.
Oh, okay.
That's a Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. I don't know
Quote.
if I've watched Rocky 3.
Yeah. Well, Hulk Hogan's in Rocky 3.
Oh, I probably
And his
saw
name's
it.
Thunder Lips. He's the ultimate male macho. And Rocky looks at him when he sees he's almost 7 foot tall. And he says, "What do you think he eats?" And he says, and Mick looks at Rocky and says, "Probably about 202 pounds." And then the announcer goes, "Weighing in at 202 pounds, Rocky Balboa." And so he meant he was going to eat Rocky for lunch.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if they don't announce anything, we'll have a long time between Boston and the Champ of Champs. That's going to be a
Yes.
long winter.
It goes faster than you think.
Yeah?
Especially when you get back into the think tank of what you want to play. And you start practicing with it.
Okay. Do you know what deck you're taking to Boston?
No.
Yeah. Depends on what one you leave at home.
I'm going to retire this one. Yeah.
You're going to retire the Any Hero?
I'm going to retire.
10-0. Let it go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I
it's
need to
I guess
practice.
it's not fair to play that one.
Yeah. I got to practice some more. So I'm hoping Vlad comes down and lets me practice a little bit more before I choose which deck I'm going to play. Got a couple of them that I'm thinking about, but
Who knows?
we'll see.
Maybe I'll build a Henry Pym deck.
Don't do that. Be Henry Pym against Henry Pym in the finals.
So McMillan had a version of something similar to that but Mojo or Mo-Man might be the better selection just because he gives you the same, 5 JZ card that Henry Pym offers, but he also gives you the negate.
Yeah, but he don't
So-
have the discard.
He doesn't have the discard.
And I mean, that's why I'm playing
Yeah.
Henry Pym. Make him discard. If they bet 3 and make him toss 3,
Yeah, you imagine all the pushes and then you pull that out.
yeah. That'd be pretty powerful.
Yeah, I'd like to see the ruling on that too. I wonder if you would get all 5 or if it would just be what they bet that current battle.
Yeah.
Wonder-
Look
wonder
at
how
that.
they-
We got to have a ruling on Henry Pym. Mass reduction.
You have to read the card again.
Yeah, if it's a push.
so
And
no-
that's played. How many cards do you discard? What you bet, what you ventured that hand, or the total that's ventured for the hand?
Yeah, I think Pym's might get all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know Fortress would allow you to concede even if you had 3 the first hand and didn't
Right.
have Fortress, and then you get 2 more and you bet them, you still could fortress.
Right? Yeah.
But
you know how Marcel is. He'll say it's not that way.
we've asked that a lot. That's come up a bunch of times throughout the tournament circuit.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah. So it's always ruled that whatever you bet in the current bet. So
Is all that matters.
right.
So if you bet 1 and then you bet 3, your fortress cannot be used that hand.
Correct.
But if you bet 3 and then you bet 1, you could fortress all 4 of them.
Correct.
Yeah, makes sense. So I got something to talk to you about later about how to make that Henry Pym deck a little stronger. I'll see what you think. But we'll work on it. Oops.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll take that long.
Flip the camera back on.
So I'm excited about Boston. I think Corey's kind of excited about going to Boston. Thanks, AJ. We finally figured out the the focus.
Lasted 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Maybe the more shows we do, the longer we get.
Yeah, bonus time. But Vlad doing the dab. So Corey might be excited about going.
What about Joe?
Joe, I haven't talked to him too much about it, but I think he would like to go.
Yeah. And not just for the Overpower experience. I mean, just to experience a different city and, the culture and lifestyle that,
Right.
something else brings is always a
Oh, wow.
fun part. For me, it's all about Overpower, but for other people, it's different strokes for different folks.
Can you lean to your right just a little bit?
Am I right?
Oh, not a little. Back to your left. Whoa, right there.
Yeah.
Check that out. Is that what it says on your shirt right now?
Phil
Power. Don't you forget it, guys. Phil Power is here. Yeah, Corey wants to go just to be Boston. And
Yeah.
Justice, his wife, it still looks like Doug is hiding behind a wall.
He is.
That shirt all stained. Yeah, my shirt, it's actually a little big on me today, so I'm kind of hiding the shirt. I need to go work out.
Wearing your Jets pizza.
Yeah, I should have moved this camera, but I thought you might like seeing the Overpower Adventures logo on the back of this computer.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
I love the layout of the city. Reminds me of Gotham
Yep.
or Columbus.
Yeah. So I'll move the computer next week, Howard. That way you can. It's Wilson.
Remember from Home Improvement?
Home Improvement. I watched an episode of that last night.
Did you really?
That show's still hilarious.
It's so funny. Yeah, I love that show.
It is funny. He tricked their dad into cussing.
Oh,
Yeah.
naughty boys.
It was funny. Something you and your brothers would
Yeah, I
have
had a
done to
couple
your
older
dad.
brothers. Yeah. We probably didn't have to trick my dad into cussing. We drove him nuts.
Oh man. So, I'm just joshing. Yeah, I'm not Josh, Howard. You're not Josh. I took all the Overpower cards out of the showcase in the store, and I took them to the sports card convention.
Oh.
Just see if anybody would even know.
Anybody
Nobody
looking?
even commented on it.
Really? I was wearing my Overpower Adventure shirt out in public, and someone noticed it and
Yeah.
said, "Is that an old marble game by chance from the 90s?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "We do a podcast, and this is the name of our podcast." And they were like, "Oh, man." He said, I used to play that, with my boyfriend or whatever. He said, "I still have the cards somewhere, like a decent amount of them, but I don't think they bought anything after like Power Surge or Mission Control
Wow.
during our conversation." So
Well, that's pretty
it's
cool.
getting exposure. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
All right.
And it was actually a woman.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
You know, before long, we're going to be saying Overpower is coming instead of it's the game from the 90s.
Right.
And
The game from the 2020s.
the post that I saw over the weekend said it's 100% compatible with your
The
old
old-
cards.
yeah.
So I don't think they're going to grandfather everything in and not make us buy new stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping they reprint the new stuff though, or the old stuff in the new version of it.
Here and there.
Yeah, just because you're going to need to get the new players in the mix and have those cards.
Yeah. I still plan on opening a whole lot. I know we've got guys that hang out back here in the game room that are really waiting to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a good following for different card games, so
Yeah.
I think we could get a big showing if
And
printed
that's
cards
one
here,
thing
so.
I got to talk to Joe about is how they're going to distribute it. I don't think he knows yet, but I hope he doesn't do an exclusive distributorship with somebody.
Unless it's us.
No way do I want to ship this stuff all over the country. No. But I'm excited. There's a lot going on. I think, it looks like a long, cold winter in Ohio, but I think BMG's
Oh.
going to make an announcement that'll make it a short winter.
Yeah, we'll heat it up anyway.
Yeah. I plan on hanging out here on Saturdays playing Overpower all
Yeah.
winter long.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. We'll get Vlad to come down. Maybe I'll rent him out a room at my house.
Mhm.
And he can just stay there for a week at a time. But I think if they can make an announcement and get people excited, we are going to have them on the podcast. Them being any of the BMG guys that want to come on. So I don't know when that's coming. It's going to be, Joe said, before the Boston Massacre. So that only leaves us, 8 weeks?
Yeah, it shouldn't be long.
Yeah. So they got to come on soon. I want to build up some hype for the Boston Massacre, which I don't really think they need. They're going to have a lot of players there.
Yeah, I think like Boston and Ohio seem to get the majority of the players. Just they have a lot of East Coast players that won't travel, so that gives them a good mix out there.
Oh, really?
And then
Okay.
we get people from
all over.
Chicago and
Yeah.
Oklahoma. And,
That's good. They're just coming to see us, though. That's why they're coming to Columbus.
yeah, I mean we got the coolest,
And
we got the coolest store around.
Right, and they get to play Overpower while they're here.
Right. And free Jets pizza once in a while.
Right, yeah, Jets Pizza, man. I'd never had a Jets Pizza till they came in here to the convention center.
Yeah,
And
it's awesome.
yeah, it is good. AJ says, congrats to Vlad getting in the top 4.
Yeah, kudos to you.
Yeah, way to go, Vlad. Making us proud. Ohio knocking it out the last 2 tournaments.
Yeah, it was just Ohio and Canada, the top 4 players.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Vlad could have won that last game. He had to go to the airport, unfortunately, so he didn't get to play it. So in the rankings, Derek gets 3rd, but they didn't truly play,
Oh,
which was unfortunate for Vlad that, his flight was that night instead of the next morning.
I wondered how he knew he got 4th so quickly. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
He had to skedaddle.
Yeah. Hey, when we go to Boston, Vlad, if you make the flight reservations, don't schedule us to leave Boston Saturday night.
Yeah, before the event ends.
Maybe
Yeah.
leave at 1 in the morning.
You're getting better, Vlad. You're going to be in the top 8. You can't just leave after Swiss anymore.
Yeah. It says, Vlad says, only because of the fantastic teachers I've got, I owe you tons, AJ. Yeah. It's so much fun playing this game, but it's even more fun playing with guys that you like.
Oh yeah, that's
And
the whole
you,
camaraderie.
AJ, and I have been playing together
Yeah,
since
even
AJ
Corey
was
when he was
Yeah.
4 or 5 years old.
making up his own
Just-
rules.
Yeah, just knock you out with all his power cards. Never lost until he was 20 years old.
Yep. And now that we got Vlad and Sam coming down, the guys in Cincinnati, it's a lot of fun here in Ohio playing Overpower, and it's going to get even more fun. We'll get the BMG guys on here real soon. Maybe they'll make an announcement on one of our episodes.
Yeah, it's getting better and better, that's for sure.
Howard says, with the Champions Tournament being held in February, I won't be holding the 12-player team event at the X Mansion next year.
Oh, no, that's a lot of fun.
What was that? 12-player team event? Oh,
So we did 4 teams of 3 players, and we banned the Cadillac heroes for sure, and then we banned a few other heroes. I think that.
did they ban Henry Pym?
No, he was not banned. And I think we banned whoever had won. I think we banned the top 8 decks from Ohio, from last Ohio. And so
Okay.
all those heroes were eliminated too. So there was no.
Holy cow.
Yeah, there was no Inhumans, obviously no Spawn, Starjammers, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch.
Beyonder?
No, because you were in the finals, the previous Ohio.
Oh,
So you couldn't play Magneto, the X-Babies.
wow.
Yeah, so it was very unique, and you had to build 7 different decks amongst the three-player team. And
Wow.
so you were.
And was that a side event?
It was a side event,
Oh.
and we all just anteed in money to make it like a true tournament.
Well, Howard, why
And
can't you do
we
that?
actually did a draft, so we elected 4 different captains, and it was typically the top 4 players were what we considered the A players. And then we drafted. I pulled the short straw and had the last pick, but I ended up getting Derek and Howard.
Huh.
So
All right.
yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Uh,
We had done something similar at one of the K2s back in the day, which gave us the idea of kind of how to run it.
did you do that on Friday?
No, we did it on a Saturday. We got in Friday night and was just kind of getting our decks, finalized. Because I actually went to Canada a few times and kind of play tested with Howard and Derek, trying to get it into the works. Yeah, took all my cards up there just so they were there in case we needed to build anything last minute.
Huh.
But yeah, it was a lot because I had a lot of cards that I had up
Yeah.
there. So, but
oh,
yeah, we had a blast. It was so much fun. Chris went up with me. He was one of the players, and Vlad was one of the players. And so,
Vlad said he won't. It's Sunday if I go to Boston. Coming back on Sunday. Okay. What do you mean if? Whoa. I don't like that terminology. Anyone can get better with guys like Phil, AJ, and Doug teaching you. Thanks, Vlad. You know, the Alpha Hill 7 says I'm in love with Phil.
that's Brian.
Brian.
Mumford.
Oh. And he keeps popping in.
Yeah, makes a quick little appearance.
Yeah, then he pops out. Well done, Vlad and AJ, says Howard. And then Vlad says, that makes me sad, Howard, that you're not doing that. I guess top 8 characters, Beast the Brood. Not enough time between events.
Yeah, it does hinder sometimes people getting to different events throughout the year.
Okay, I got you. I thought you guys were doing this the same weekend. as
Oh,
you were. So
Howard saying there's not enough time between events.
to do.
Yeah, no,
two
I get
events.
it, but we could still squeeze it in somehow. But you got to get a passport.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah, gonna do it real soon. But it's gonna be hard to keep all of these big events rolling when the game comes back, and
Oh,
we
sure.
start running more, maybe even weekly events at local places.
Yeah,
things.
you got to have some sort of like regionals and district type tournaments again.
Yeah, they'll
Which-
have to come up with the big stuff themselves.
Yeah, I can't wait for another big national. I just keep waiting.
Yeah, and that'll probably be right here in Columbus. I'll tell you right now, we're going to host it here in Columbus. They got to.
Oh, I mean, we got all the room.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And if you don't do Chicago, this is the most probably centrally located. besides
We're
maybe, like,
actually
in
a little bit
Indianapolis.
more centrally located than Chicago.
Yeah, just Chicago's bigger,
Yeah,
room-wise, but
but the guys from Boston traveling to Columbus is closer than going
Right.
out to Chicago.
right.
And the guys from,
Yeah, we don't
West
have enough
Coast.
players on the West Coast. Yeah,
even if there are a lot of them out there, it's only an extra 45 minutes flight
right.
to Columbus from Chicago. Howard says, talk to me, Phil. I can be convinced.
I'm sure you can.
All right. Yeah, you'd have time to do something in January.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking Boston's second week of November.
yeah. Problem with Canada is if you get too much in the middle of winter, it's travel arrangements can be.
Yeah. It's just like
Sticky.
Ohio. I
Yeah,
mean,
it can be, but
January, February, you never know what the weather's
Yeah.
going to be like here.
now Howard did say that the weather in Niagara is similar to like Columbus. The lake effect kind of blows under them, and they don't get a ton of snow, but getting up to there might be challenging.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind. I didn't know he was thinking about doing that.
yeah,
12-player team event.
that's a lot of fun.
So 6 players against 6 players?
It is, yeah. Each matchup is you know, so I would reveal my deck, sit down, and then they would get to counter with one of their decks and who they chose to play me. So
They get to choose their deck after they see your deck.
right, and then their team would have to sit down and reveal their deck, and we get to counter, and then it flip flops for round 2, and so you play 2 rounds against the same team essentially. So if you're 2-1, the other team has a chance to go 2-1 the following
Okay.
round. But yeah, it's a blast. And so if you're tied after the 6 games that you play, if it's 3-3, then typically we had the captains play each other for a final showdown.
All right.
So that actually happened with Tyler and myself, and I had beaten him in the 2 Swiss games, and then he beat me in the final elimination one. But
It's hard to beat anybody twice, let alone 3
yeah,
times.
so yeah, it was a lot of fun. I truly enjoy those type of tournaments, and it gives you a lot more, you know, interaction with your actual team.
Yeah.
You're, you know, collaborating a lot more on deck ideas and so forth.
Howard says 4 teams of 3 players.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Still. Sounds interesting. We'll see what goes on. Based on this year, I won't get drafted next year. You and me both, Howard.
But we still appreciate you hosting.
Last man, be the last man standing. It's like,
No, I had a lot of fun playing with Howard.
yeah.
I wish I would have let Howard play his own deck that he had designed, 'cause I had him play a deck that he wasn't familiar with, and then Joe tricked him into. He had defense for Dazzler. I had Dark Seed in reserve. Dazzler can be defended with Power Cards from reserve, and he played an 8 to defend something, and Joe goes, "Well, she's not an 8 strength," and Howard took the hit back or removed it, and let his Dazzler die, and he could have defended her, and he would have won the game, but. Yeah, such is life. I mean, it wasn't intentional. It's just you're not used to that inherent,
Right.
and he wasn't just familiar enough with the deck. But
AJ says we need an Ohio after Christmas tournament. I mean, before long, I think we'll be playing Overpower every weekend.
yeah, my wife will love that.
Yeah. Oh, the Champ of Champs, one thing about that, it will not count for rating points.
Right.
No points will be given or taken away that weekend,
Yeah, it'd be the
fellas.
same as Howard's team
Yeah.
event.
Right. Howard's team event will be the same thing. The Champ of Champs is just going to be a fun get-together for bragging rights. Just
Yeah,
another
who's
reason.
the best, right?
Yeah, just another reason to get you guys to come to Columbus, hang out with us, play Overpower for a day and a half or more. Okay, that's everything on my list. Wow, I made it through the whole list. How about you? You got anything left on your list?
No, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed seeing everybody this weekend. Had a blast. Just catching up with old friends. That's always the funnest part of this for me. Is,
Yeah.
you know, the get together with
Yep.
your friends and
We got an
family.
Overpower family.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they're not real family like we are.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Let's remind everybody about our Instagram page. I haven't forgot about it, even though I haven't posted anything. I'm working on some stuff. I had computer problems at home, which is causing me to fall a little bit behind this weekend, but I'm picking it up tomorrow. We're on Facebook. As you know, we're on YouTube, or you wouldn't be watching us right now. But hey, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, tell your friends and family,
Yeah, tell everyone. And
especially if you just like superheroes. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't have to be Overpower related. But
right. And we're going to get a schedule up real soon about what's going on at Boston. We already know the date. So mark your calendars, November 10th and 11th. The 11th for the event. The 10th we'll be there. We'll be doing some recording, do some nice, fun stuff then. And maybe we'll have some other things to throw on the calendar between now and then.
yeah, since it's a massacre, I may be bringing my battle axe.
There you go. We'll put it up for auction. Hey, Justin and Larry. Oh, good night, gentlemen. AJ says, good job, Canada and Ohio. We'll see you all soon. You guys have a great week. And, oh, sorry. Howard says, I'll be posting an interesting article on the Facebook page tomorrow. Please read and provide your comments. Okay. We will do that, Howard. Thank you for that heads up. I I don't get to go to that page as often as I'd like, and I didn't go at all today.
Yeah.
And then I sat down and it was like, boom, that thing's blowing up.
Yeah, you missed a lot of the cool pictures.
Yeah. So it's good to see all the activity on the Overpower Facebook page.
I hope
It's-
we didn't send Marcel home crying, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
tonight.
even if we did it. Someone will need to tell me the details. I don't have Facebook. Yes, Vlad, I will take care of you there, buddy. So, guys, have a great week. We'll see you all next Monday night.